Hi, I'm Saiman Shetty, your host and the founder of Smart Green Card, and today we are going to talk about an incredible strategy that could change your journey towards securing an EB1A Green Card, especially if you and your spouse are in relatively similar areas or field of endeavors. But first, always a quick disclaimer. I am not an attorney and this is not legal advice. So everything I share is for educational and informational purposes only. Everything you find in this channel is also for that. And if you need any legal advice tailored to your specific case, you should always consult a licensed US immigration attorney. All right, now that we have got that covered, let's jump into today's topic because this could be a game changer for couples potentially pursuing the EB1A. At Smart Green Card, especially in the VIP plan, we've worked with many couples where both spouses have strong career profiles, pretty much in the same domain most of the time. But here's the key. One of you might have a significantly higher chance of getting approved faster. And if one of you gets approved for your I-140, both of you can use that approval to file for your 485 or the final steps that end with a green card in your hands. Now, this also happens when one spouse has a priority date that is more favorable than the other, where it makes sense for you to pursue with that better priority date because that's what you can then use for the EB1A and get your green card quicker. Now, that's why we always recommend that both spouses generally get their profiles evaluated in the VIP plan to understand the in-depth workings of how well they might align with the EB1A's potential requirements. And the spouse with the stronger profile would generally take the lead while the other plays a little more of a supporting role to that other spouse. Now, for example, take Rahul and Supriya, a couple of our clients, for instance. Both were planning to apply for the EB1A separately, but after a deep evaluation by our team and also our network attorneys, it was then realized that Supriya had a priority date from 6 years ago, while Rahul's was only a year old, which basically means that his priority date in EB1A wasn't really current, but hers was very comfortably. So Supriya worked in a niche technology in public software infrastructure and cybersecurity, making her case a little more unique and stronger because anything that has to do with cybersecurity or software infrastructure in general, maybe even cloud computing, can be perceived as nationally significant and important for the benefit of the United States overall. It's in so many different public and private studies. It's also in public and private critical emerging technology lists as well. So that's kind of established out there. With this in mind, the best strategy was actually for Supriya to take the lead while Rahul focused on supporting her success through other ways. It could be through family commitments, or it could be through making sure that the clerical work, the clerical aspects of what she needed to do was done successfully. Now, if you are stepping into the supporting role, don't underestimate how valuable you can be in this process. Being that supportive spouse is actually as important as the main spouse in the journey. So instead of filing separately and doubling the workload, you can invest your time and energy into helping one spouse succeed. And there's a lot that you can do. That's way more than you can even think of that you can do. First of all, that's finding and applying for judging opportunities. A lot of internet research is what you can do and help your spouse. That's identifying awards and membership opportunities. You can do that as well. Researching topics, reviewing papers, accumulating papers to have your spouse review it and write about it. Basically being a research assistant for your spouse and also providing feedback. All of these do help in helping him or her write the papers and even pursue the EB1A criteria really well. Helping with press outreach, this can be a huge value for your case as well. In Rahul and Supriya's case though, Rahul was a rock star behind the scenes. He helped in judging opportunities research, he assisted with awards applications, he even reviewed Supriya's technical papers and gave her some feedback before it was submitted. Meanwhile, our team worked on press outreach and helped her draft her thought leadership content and ensured that her EB1A profile building activity was bulletproof overall based on all the data and experience that we have getting over 100 folks success in our program. And guess what? At the end, Supriya's EB1A was approved and Rahul could tack on her I-485 application and both finally got their green cards, even if Rahul's priority date was not really current at that point. Now, Here's the best part though. Once your spouse's EB1A I-140 is approved, you can simply join them at the I-485 stage and file for yourself as a dependent. And you don't need to go through the entire EB1A process separately. You can still get the green card. That's exactly what Rahul did. After Supriya's approval, he filed the I-485 as her dependent and got his green card without having to go through the entire EB1A process on his own. The best part of this though is it's not just an immigration journey. It can be an incredible, challenging and fulfilling experience that you take on as a couple, like life in general. You're working towards a shared goal, and this is one shared goal that changes your life as well, making career defining moves. And at the end of the day, when you look back, you can say, we did this together. So what are the key takeaways here? First of all, you should assess both your profiles first and pick the spouse with the strongest profile and potential. If one spouse already has a priority date, try to find ways to leverage it. This can probably save years of waiting overall. And the supporting role is powerful, helping with judging, awards, memberships, research, press, logistics, all these other things which require more than just two hands to do. You can take those up and help your spouse out. And once your spouse's EB1A I-140 is approved, you can join them in the I-485 stage instead of applying separately, saving both of you a lot of years in the journey. And remember, this is a shared journey. Celebrate your success as a team. Now, I want to make sure that you know that while this approach works for most couples, actually a lot of them, there are some rare corner cases for specific scenarios where filing for both spouses separately is actually the better option. And we had a case with Manish and Anjali, a couple of our clients, for example, where both spouses had extremely strong profiles, but on evaluation, Manish was better positioned to lead the EB1A journey while Anjali supported him. In cases like these, for example, it makes sense to file separately and pursue individual paths even sometimes. So that is the reason you should always consult a licensed immigration attorney to evaluate it thoroughly to let you know who is the better candidate in your case. And we've made a detailed video on that case too, so be sure to check it out on the channel to learn more about those scenarios. Now, if you and your spouse are considering the EB1A path and you need guidance, our VIP plan is designed to help you build the strongest possible profile that would potentially eventually qualify for the EB1A. Whether you are leading or supporting, email or WhatsApp our team. The details are mentioned in the description, and book a session with us today. Let's get you on the fast track to success. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video with anyone who might find it useful, and I will see you in the next one.